Hi all, this is my second review of the iPad 2 skin. I had to remove the first one. There's some issues with it, so I'm redoing it. But here goes. Just received this today from Bestskinsever, and they make a skin that fits the back of the iPad 2. There are a couple companies out there. The biggest ones are Invisible Shield. I think they're Zag now. But Bestskinsever makes a similar, if not exactly the same type of case or skin for the iPad, but it is considerably cheaper. So it functions about the same. I have used it on my iPad 1, so here it is for iPad 2. So just to show you what it looks like, you can see that it has a really nice shiny finish to it. It also adds a bit of tackiness to the back. The bare iPad is just a brushed aluminum, which can be very slick. It looks great, but it's kind of slippery, so if you have it on your lap without this on there, it will just tend to slide off, especially if there's an angle where this adds, again, some tackiness to it. So kind of hear it. Feels nice. So that's what it looks like. It's been on there for maybe about an hour or so. You can see with the light that there's little areas of bubble and or liquid that still remains, but that will cure within the next 48 hours. That's what Bestskinsever states on their website about the product, and from having used the product before, I know it is true. So you'll see some of those disappear. There's another one, an area. Let's see if I can catch it in the light right there. Kind of see it's a little bit lighter. Anyway, that's part of the drying process. What it's doing is there's an adhesive on the other side of this material, and the liquid excuse me, allows you to place it on the device and still have an opportunity to move it, to get it into place, so it aligns, with the camera and all the different buttons and such. But ultimately that liquid evaporates. So anyway, there it is from afar. I'll show you what the edges look like. It is cut very nicely. You can see, let's see if I can pick it up here, get you some better contrast. You can see around the grill, it's cut perfectly well, even down to the edges. It is really nicely cut. And they cut the corners in a way so it actually wraps around. The phone adjust. It wraps around the corner very nicely. When you first apply it, these corners aren't going to stick down very well, so you got to keep either rubbing them continuously, but ultimately what it'll do is I don't know if it's warming it up, but the water will eventually start to thin and the adhesive will take over and it will stick. So what I did to apply this was peel it off of the backing. I don't have it here, but it's just it's a vinyl sheet, and instead of spraying it, I created a big soapy water bath that I dunked it in, and it just allows for a lot of coverage, but you do have to shake it off before you throw it onto your device because there's a lot of liquid on it, and shake it off as much as you can and then set it down. What I did was I aligned it first to the camera, and then I aligned it down to the speaker grill, and then from there it lined up everywhere else. Now, also another suggestion too is there's a lot of surface area on your iPad, so a lot of liquid too. So before applying it, I actually put tape on all the areas where I felt that water might seep in to to the device. You obviously don't want that, but put tape there. I put tape on the 30 pin. Slide this around. At the same time, I'll show you. You can see the cuts. I put tape right around here. You can see it's cut pretty nicely around the volume rocker and either the landscape or mute switch. Here's the other corner. I also put tape around the top of here. Camera, I didn't put tape just because I don't think there's anywhere it could actually leak in. I forgot to put tape here, but it seemed like it came out okay. And I placed another piece of tape here. The tape is not there, obviously. I'm just showing you the different areas that I suggest to put tape. But you can see, it lined up pretty good just by lining up the camera and the speaker grill. Here's the other corner. If you take a look, right along here, you can kind of see that white line. That's just the leading edge of the material, and just try to get that reflection in there for you. It is super clean. I mean, I guess you would expect that just being laser cut, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I ordered this before the iPad was even released, so wherever they got their specs, it's dead on. So that's it. So a couple of things I want to mention. Number one, the skin does not protect the aluminum back from dents and or dings. It is to make it scratch resistant, so it doesn't scratch the aluminum. But if you smash something up against this, like a sharp object, whatever the case is, it will dent. This is aluminum, it'll dent. So if you're looking to buy this to protect it from denting, don't. It's not going to work. Secondly, and I've seen this on a couple different devices that I have, this material stains. So if you have something that rubs up against it that potentially has some dye, it will stain this, which might not look too good. So, in the case that everybody's seen these, this is the iPad Smart, not case, but cover. This is the leather one. They even say that this leather could potentially stain other things. So just be careful. Just kind of an FYI. It all depends on how it's going to sit on the back. So it may stain. Anyway, there it is. So I'm going to one more time go around. You can kind of see what it looks like through the skin. It gives it a real glossy finish rather than the dull finish. So there's one corner. 30 pin. Speaker grill. Volume buttons, rockers, power and camera, mic, and audio jack. Now, one other thing I just realized, I'm not sure if they have a different version for the 3G, but this area up here will certainly change if it's 3G. I'm not sure if they just throw the plastic right over it or if they actually cut around it. But anyway, there it is. Again, this is from Bestskinsever.com. I have no affiliation with them. I just like their products. They're pretty cool. So hope this helps you make your decisions on how you want to protect your iPad 2. All right. Thanks.